Whoa, first time. This is my happy face. It's so good to be out. I was getting a bit funny how it goes actually. I was getting a bit hassled putting up my shelter, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But there's something about making a fire, whether it's contained like in my little fire trough or an open fire, that just brings the spirits up. And I haven't had that much time, so I've been rushing a bit and getting a bit ratty with myself as things haven't been going quite right on occasion. But this is just great. So what I'm going to do, I've been speaking with my mate Steve about this channel, and he says what you need to do on your videos is tell them what you're going to do. You know, give a little bit of I'm going to do this, that and the other, and then you do it, and then you sort of tell you what I've done and so on. I'll try and do it that way. Apparently it just sort of grabs people's interest a little bit more. But so what I'm going to do this evening is a wild camp. I'm actually pretty close to the little village I live in, about a 5-minute drive because I had a load of gear, and then 20 minutes sort of shuffle up the hill. I've got permission from the landowner here, which is great. Yeah, it would be possible to sort of do a stealth camp here, but I'd sort of be sleeping with one eye open all the time. It's quite heavily farmed above this sort of gill where I am here, with a lovely little stream. And yeah, it's just nice to know that he knows I'm here and I've got the permission. So I'm going to cook up my dinner tonight. It's nothing special, but quite interesting because I made this in 2019. There's a video of me making it. It hasn't been refrigerated. It's been vacuum packed in a sort of backpack within this foil bag. That's a chicken madras. I'm going to cook that up. Excuse me. It's a dehydrated meal. I'm going to have a little look at my everyday carry bag, which is this, where I put some essentials in it, and be quite interested in hearing from you about things that I could add to it, or things that I actually don't need. What else? Yeah, thank you. Wild Camping International, great company, great people. Going to try out this lovely, oh look at it, still in the polythene titanium pot there. It's the 900 milliliter one, which is great. And yeah, it's just great to be out. And so I've got the Dutch Army bivvy bag, never used it. Put my Thermarest sleeping pad in there, and then I've got a Robin's to -6 C down sleeping bag in that. I've got it on top of a German Army sort of ground sheet, and I've got the tarp in a sort of a low slope with a couple of guide points using my trekking poles. It's not going to rain tonight. I can actually hand on heart tell you that. It's been brilliant weather the last week. It's not forecast to rain for another few days, so that's really good. And yeah, it looks as though it's going to be quite cozy. There's no wind, there's no forecast any wind. I've got this lovely stream. I did bring some water with me, but I've got a water filter, and yeah, so yeah, just join me with a little bit of a wild camp. And just in the short time I've been talking to you, that water is just about at the boil. Fantastic. So, cup of coffee, well earned, I think. Turn the phone off. Big cup of tea tonight. And there's my chicken madras. Doesn't look particularly appetising at the moment. A little bit of my warmer water from my tea. put that on. And the idea is just to, what works with me anyways, pour on water until it just covers it with a couple of bits poking through. And on it goes. I'm just letting the fire burn down so this can do a little bit of a simmer. I've been constantly adding a little bit of liquid. It dries out occasionally, but main thing is I don't want it to be just too runny, so it's much better to do it adding every so often rather than yeah, having this soup. So yeah, that's starting to look really nice, and as you can see, just let the fire burn down to embers at the moment. And there's my tea bag drying out. Oh, I'm having a great time. So yeah, that's I'll let that simmer away now for a couple more minutes. Yeah, you want to check that it doesn't start burning on the bottom, which it isn't, which is great. Nice strong cup of tea. Oh, that's good. And I've got my tea bag drying next to the fire here, so I can have another one later. Oh, all is good. So that's ready. And what I do, just for the finishing touch, is pop in a lump of butter and a bit more. If you're backpacking or travelling for any sort of length of time, then just take some ghee with you. That doesn't need refrigerating. Oh, little tea bags all dry already. Perfect. Have another one. But the butter or ghee really does make it so much smoother. And there we are. I don't know about you, but I think that looks pretty good. Use my little tinder tin top as a tray. Let's give it a go. Whoa. quite powerful. Well, it is a chicken madras, isn't it? But oh, that's lovely. Right, well, you don't want to hear me munching away for the next 10 minutes, so I'll turn the camera off and get back to you shortly. Well, it's still only April, so the light, well, actually it's 20 to 9. It's starting to go, so I've just added this little lantern to help with filming. Really enjoyed that curry. It was great, and yeah, it's good actually, because it's not warm now that the sun's gone down. But yeah, really pleased with that. I wanted to have a little look at my little EDC everyday carry pouch. I make it up gradually and always take it with me when I go wild camping or actually walking any sort of decent distance. But I'm interested to know what you carry in yours and any additions I could make to mine. So I'll get the little pouch I carry around with me and see what you think. It's just a little, I suppose, 6 inches by 4 inches little pouch. I've got a bit of paracord with a little carabiner attached to it, which can be taken apart and used if you want to make a bow drill, something like that. In this little outside pouch I've got a sharpening stone which has got a sort of diamond and ceramic sides to it, so that's quite useful. And I've also got a little whistle. More treats. Yeah, and I've got a small kind of multi-tool. This is a little Leatherman Micro it's called. I didn't realise that was in there, because I think now I've got 2 little Leathermans in here, because I put one in the other day not thinking I had one, so there's a bonus. In here I've got antiseptic wipes, I've got some plasters, first aid plasters, and a little bit of bandage, a little bit of tape, and then there's some antiseptic liquid as well. Now, a lot of people take quite substantial first aid kits with them. My brother is a surgeon, and I've spoken to him about it, and he says the one thing that's going to save your life when we're wielding sort of bushcraft style knives around the place is one of these, which is a tourniquet. I suppose everything else is just a sticking plaster, and it'll make your life happier if you cut yourself or something. But this is the sort of thing while you're battening down wood or trying to do something near your leg. Got arteries all over the place, and I think it's quite right that put the tourniquet in. This was, I think, £2, £3 from Amazon. So that's a mixture of just antiseptic wipes, plasters, bandages, and the tourniquet. What I quite often do is I come camping and I think, oh God, wish I'd bought such and such, or usually actually I bought too much, and I like to write down in one of these. This is a new one because I used up the other one. Waterproof notepads. I like to write down what I didn't use and was superfluous to the trip. Just as important as what I actually needed, because I take tons of stuff and end up carrying far too much weight. Obviously got my pencil to write in that, and I carry, if I can get it out, this there you go, little compass. I carry that, and in with that it's got a reflector as well, which is useful for either sighting with the compass, but also as a means of signalling. Yeah, there's a little number 2 multi-tool. That's called a Leatherman Squirt. So I can put that to good use somewhere else. So I'm just building this up really. It's got room for some more things. There's sort of rooms down the side and so on. So just interested in what you carry around in your EDC pouch. I haven't really, it can obviously go on a belt as well. I haven't given it too much thought as to what else I need, so yeah, it'd be great. Just drop something down in the remarks bit, and I'd like to hear. Well, the light's fading fast. Gonna have a bit of ambrosia rice pudding. I hate school rice pudding, that sort of thing. Kind of homemade rice pudding, but I quite like these. It's nice and easy. So I'm looking forward to trying out the Bivvy. I haven't done anything like that, which is slightly open air, even though I've got a tarp. Since my sort of days when I used to do a bit of roughy tufty stuff. So it will be interesting to see whether 23 years has softened me up. But no, it's just nice. I love the sound of the running water here, and yeah, as long as I'm warm, I'm happy enough. So it's 9:05 now. My time is limited here. I've got to get off very early in the morning. I'll just have a quick freeze-dried sort of breakfast if I've got time. I'm going to set an alarm. Mrs. Outdoors has to leave for work at 7:30, and therefore I've got to be in the house by sort of 25 past really, because my daughter needs to be taken to school. So yeah, so I think I'll set the alarm for 6 and see how we do. But I'll speak to you after I've had my rice pudding and it's time to sort of settle down. But let's see how this is. Oh, look at that. That's good. Thermal cups are just brilliant. This is the cup I made earlier, which is an hour ago now. It's still too hot to drink. There we go. Good. Right, I'll get on with this, and I'll speak to you just before I turn in for the night. Well, that's it for the evening. Just been superb. Nice meal, albeit a little bit of a cheat job being dehydrated, but as I say, it was a little bit of a rush and spur of the moment decision to do this, and well, at least I made the dehydrated meal. And so yeah, I'm going to turn in now. It's 10:15, and yeah, I just I've really enjoyed this. I hope I get a decent night's sleep. As I say, it's a long time since I've slept kind of under the stars, as it were. I know I've got this, but there's a big wide open space out the front, and yeah, I think I'll be pretty cosy. So that's enough for me for tonight, and look forward to seeing you in the morning. Night all. Morning all. Really good night, goodish. I was warm, I was comfortable. My bizarre dreams though. I don't know whether it's the noise of the stream that it can sort of develop itself into almost sort of voices and things, and I've kept waking up absolutely sure there was someone around the tent. And then I woke up again, and no, I was sort of dreaming and thought the stream had risen and I was floating away. But yeah, it was good. Warm, comfortable is the main thing. It's just 5:50 now, so excuse me. I'll get some breakfast on, or most importantly get a cup of tea on. Yeah, that was a bit of a sort of blurry good morning. I just turned the camera on and went, what do I say? But yeah, it was a really good night, and the thing I'm most pleased about is the first time I've used one of those Bivvy bags, and I was worried about condensation inside it, and it's absolutely dry, and I was so hot, well, not hot, but just perfect temperature. And it's certainly a system that I'll use again. I've got the Fire Trough fired up again, boiling quite a lot of water this time because I want a cup of tea, and I've got another freeze-dried meal. I've got one of these Mountain House, and it's called breakfast hash. 2 servings, which is good, both for me. made this sort of a bag cozy especially for freeze-dried meals, just out of some of that Reflectix it's called. Those of you that saw my sous vide steak cooking, I used some of it to insulate the, there you go, insulate the cool box whilst I was keeping the water warm. So that'll take me 10 minutes. I'll use the rest to take down the rest of the camp, make sure I leave absolutely no trace of this fire. I'll get on with this, but yeah, I really enjoyed that, and yeah, I've got to eat this quite quickly because I'm a little bit pushed for time, but good to see you all, and oh, one on one off. I'll see you again.